Hello and welcome to the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show for entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Brian Silverthorne, and it's my mission to help entrepreneurs make a difference with their business and to also navigate the sometimes very challenging worlds of startup, growth, or relaunch. And today we're going to dig deep with our guests to get you some great concepts and strategies to fast track your business. And our special guest today is Trevor Wright. And Trevor has been operating the MileMethod since 2014, offering a one-on-one service, helping Americans travel anywhere they want in the world for just about free. So welcome to the show, Trevor. Happy to have you.
Good to be here, Brian.
So where are you hanging out today?
I am in Phuket, Thailand. I just
Oh, wow.
arrived about 3 days ago after visiting. I flew from Chicago, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Azerbaijan, Thailand, and all of that was business class for $0.
Wow, that sounds exciting to me. I want to learn more. So what inspired you to get into this business?
Uh, when I was younger, say, study abroad age, I studied abroad in Mexico and Costa Rica. Then I was very much traveling backpacker style. And a lot of people know that, especially Americans, that miles and points do exist, but there's of course levels to it. And at that time, I just wanted to reduce my travel expenses as much as possible, and I went deep down the rabbit hole, and that's how I got started.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of necessity is the mother of invention thing. So,
Exactly.
what was the biggest challenge you faced when you were getting started?
There's just a lot of information. So when I started learning about miles and points in 2011, so it's been almost a decade of doing this, uh, there weren't as many public blogs kind of spoon feeding this information. You really had to dig into the forums and decide, what was reliable information and what is not reliable. And even now, with all the public blogs, they make their money with affiliate commissions. So even with the easy access to information, you still have to be very careful about which source you're trusting.
Okay. Is there a way that you can tell a trustworthy source over a non-trustworthy source?
Uh, yeah, you have to be in this world a little bit. But I think the overarching idea is to know that what is the business model with the blogs. So most of the blogs who are promoting miles and points, they are pushing out articles. They're making it feel like every single credit card sign up bonus that you could apply for free travel is urgent. But that's not the best way to earn free travel using the system that I use. Uh, you need to structure the applications a certain way. So it's not necessarily about what source is the most reliable. It's about understanding the application rules and the application sequence to earn these credit card sign up bonuses.
Got it. So if you're an inherently lazy guy like me, coming to somebody that knows what they're doing would be a huge benefit. So,
Yeah, and it's like any profession. You could become a lawyer, but do you really want to spend 20 years? You could be a plumber, but do you really want to spend 10 years learning that craft?
right, exactly. So, what's your current focus for the business?
I still, since 2014, I'm providing a one-on-one service because this is highly customized to each person's unique situation. Uh, so in order to structure these credit card applications to earn the highly valuable credit card sign-up bonuses, and again, this is within the United States, the American system, you must take into account many different factors, including your average monthly spend, your application history, your cancellation history, your travel destinations, your credit scores. There's just a lot of unique information that is different for each person. So that's why you really need to understand these rules.
Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So, have you got any, let's say, a 3-year vision or 3-year goals for your business at this point?
The, I'm at a point where I am too busy. I'm working exclusively on word of mouth. So because what I do has outsized value. So you can click buttons and redeem a credit card sign-up bonus for a $5,000 one-way or a $10,000 one-way. That's real results. So my service to date has really promoted itself because my clients do well. They want to tell their friends and family so they can also travel this way. And I'm getting so busy that I need to hire assistants. So I'm in the process of hiring help.
Okay, so that's a nice challenge to have. So you've worked, developed your business beyond your individual capacity that you have the energy or the time to do. So you got to find some good help, right?
Exactly. And I think what is unique to my business is it has been with no paid ads at all. So since I started in 2014, it's been exclusively on word of mouth. And I don't think that is something a lot of businesses can say.
That's true. Word of mouth is good, but there's some theories that the people that depend too much on word of mouth and referrals usually end up not doing as well as they anticipated. But it sounds like you've kind of covered that and got that solved. So that's great. Maybe it's the uniqueness of the business.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So you mentioned referrals, but is there any other way that people find you if they'd like your help?
I have a website, but to be honest, I'm no SEO expert. My website is not optimized. It's more of a landing page for the referrals. I'm very active on Instagram and more specifically Instagram stories. So for anyone who has a travel business or maybe even some type of unique service where you can highlight results, I found that Instagram stories are very effective because you can screenshot, in my case, a client's flight redemption, and you can compare the retail costs versus what they paid. And that's all I do with my travel business is I just showcase over and over and over real client results. And eventually for the people who are seeing that, it just clicks and they realize I should probably be doing this too, because why am I still paying for flights?
Yeah. So where do they find you on Instagram stories? How do they search for you?
That is a very good question. So even with my Instagram quote unquote marketing, it's still based on referrals because the clients themselves, when for example, if they book a very expensive business class flight for less than $100 because they're using my service, they're redeeming miles, they share it to their friends and their followers. So I'm naturally gaining an audience through my clients who are sharing to their audience, and then it snowballs from there.
Yeah, that's good. That's an enviable position where you got a whole bunch of people saying, "Hey, look what I did with Trevor's help," and then you've got people knocking on your door.
And the best part of this word of mouth system or sharing to current clients' audiences is that when people contact me, they're already verified through a friend. So it's mostly just answering questions about how it all works and not so much trying to convince them that this service is real or that this service is valuable because their friend or their family member has already gotten incredible results. So that is another reason this strategy works for me.
That's excellent. That sounds like a very good strategy that is working well, and I'm sure it will continue to work well. So we're getting toward the end of things here. Is there a question I should have asked you that I didn't get around to?
The thing with the miles and points is that it's endless. There's always something to learn. So I would just say to anyone listening to this who is curious about how to travel for free, one, unfortunately, you have to be American. It's all about taking advantage of the US credit card sign-up bonuses. Feel free to get in touch because there's a lot of information to learn and I'm happy to answer those questions. But also Google is your friend. You can learn a lot just by asking Google and following the best leads.
Great, great. Well, I appreciate that advice for the listeners. This is something that's curious to me. We usually fly to one destination and we fly on points, but if I were thinking about being a world traveler, this would be a great way to go. So, any final thoughts?
I would just tell Americans again, this system is a privilege. It's unique to Americans. So if you like to travel, there really is no reason you should be paying for flights and hotels when you could be grabbing these easy to earn credit card sign up bonuses and not only traveling almost free, but upgrading your travels.
Excellent. Well, I can't think of a better way to end this particular episode. So thank you for that. And we'll call that a wrap for another great guest episode of the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show for entrepreneurs. And before you leave, if you liked it, please give us a 5-star review and refer this to a couple of friends. And if you want to make sure you see all future episodes and catch up on some ones that you may have missed, go to evolvepreneursecrets.show. And if you're an entrepreneur and you got a great idea, let's get it out there today.